the man around whom this fight card was built, the undisputed UFC welterweight champion, the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman.
$169.5.
169 and 1/2 pounds, the official weight for the champion, Kamaru Usman.
2024.
Here he is.
Who's first? Yeah.
All right, thank you all for being here for the official weigh-in for UFC 261, Usman versus Masvidal 2. First fighter to the scale taking part in the main event for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship. He is Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
Come on, baby.
$170.
170 pounds, the official weight for Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
Thank you, baby. Is it the opposite way for me? Yes, sir.
Hello guys, welcome to Boxing Blog Center, the home of Nigerian and African boxing. And please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button right now. I want to let you guys know that subscribe to the channel. For those of you guys who are subscribed to this channel, it's not just enough to subscribe, you know, because you can subscribe but still, you know, you don't get notification, and when I upload a video you don't know about it. That's why you guys have to click that bell icon, that bell we're gonna see for there. Click it, make sure you select all, because a lot of you will say, some of you guys will just write me and say, BBC, you never report about what TIC, so you need to report about this, you know, something is happening. I say, bro, I mean report about it. I mean, I just did. I mean, I already did it yesterday. I said, no, I didn't see it. When did you do it? Bro, I did it yesterday. And then all of them came and say, I saw it in this guy. I don't want to mention names. They'll say, I saw it on this guy's channel. So how do you see it on those guys' channel? You know, if you don't have the if you don't have the notification bell icon on their channel on, if you don't click it. So you have to click the notification bell icon. I beg. Now I beg at the beg when I beg. No, now they corner they tell me, BBC, you're here to report about this. Oh, see what's happening. You know, you do what you know. Bro, I report about what's happening. Just that you guys, some of you guys who are subscribed to the channel, you don't click the notification bell icon. Click it, I beg. Now go to beg now. Click it and select all. You know, that will notify you of every video, of every content that I upload and I drop out here, of every bangers, of every interview. Some of you guys, this interview that I conducted with Ajagba, a lot of you guys were saying, like, it took some of you guys a week to even see that interview. Wow, really? You need to be consistent, I beg. Be consistent. You are, because I noticed some of you guys are consistent in other people's channel, you know, which are not promoting your own. That's a self now. Some of them, that's a kuna be safe. I don't know. I don't want to generalize everybody. Anyway, sure. Let's get it. We're live right here with our brothers in the house, my Joe, and of course, Isioma my big way, right here on BBC. And you know how it goes down here. You know, we give you guys nothing but extraordinary bangers. Now, yep, the home of Nigerian African boxing, of course, sports in general. Bro, are you impressed with Kamaru Usman? The big way. I want to ask Isioma to come in first. How impressed are you of Usman? And him coming a little bit lighter than Masvidal. That indicates that the guy, is taking his stuff serious, right?
Yes, it does. Kamaru walks around in his natural weight at about 195, sometimes 190. For him to be coming at 169.5 kg, pounds, which is around 77 kg, is amazing. For his build, for his frame, you see how lengthy his forearm is and how thin his limbs are. For Kamaru to even come below 170, it tells he probably was looking at having more speed to his arsenal. On Saturday night, we know that Masvidal is a fast striker. His hands are very, very quick, and I think that Masvidal is one of the best boxers in MMA, in the UFC. So perhaps Kamaru wants to also have his frame going lighter so that he can also throw faster.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate it. This fight is looking very interesting. Teddy Hadlas, I just saw his recent video. He gave his take on this fight. He said that Masvidal can win this fight tomorrow night. What do you make of that, of his assessment?
Masvidal is loved, for reasons best known to a lot of these folks over there. Kamaru does not seem to be liked, maybe because he switched from being Mati of Nebraska to being Kamaru of Nigeria. The moment that switch happened, a lot of persons just don't want to reckon with him. It doesn't matter what it is he does. Okay, that's Teddy Atlas's opinion. He's entitled to it, and I see where he's coming from. He loves the lad, and Masvidal is entertaining. Masvidal brings the violence to fight, and Masvidal has been going on about the fact that he wasn't prepared for the first fight. So he's selling that, drumming it into the subconscious of everyone who cares to listen. So that is the reason why a lot of these folks are swinging to Masvidal's, story. They have forgotten that neither Masvidal nor Kamaru was prepared for that fight. Yes, agreed that Kamaru was preparing to fight Bonds, before the fight was called off because Bonds had COVID. I agree. But Kamaru had already shut down his psyche. He was no longer in fight mode, and he had packed up a couple of pounds, only for both of them to be given 6 days notice. So if Masvidal is excusing the loss of the fight to the 6 days notice, but he took it, and Kamaru also took it. They both had to cut down on weight. It wasn't just Masvidal that was cutting down on weight. They both had to travel all the way from the US to Abu Dhabi. So they both went through the same stress. Even though, Kamaru already was in fight mode pre the cancellation of the Kamaru Bonds fight, but the conditions were almost exactly the same between them both. So Masvidal is amazing. He's a good fighter. He's exciting to watch, but there's something about Kamaru that Teddy Atlas is living in denial about, and I think I'll be enlightening them as we progress in the discussion.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you for that. You always come through. My old Joe. How you doing, bro?
Yes, sir.
I think you see my you feel me down for your side. Okay, good. How you there? How you there? How's everything going, bro?
I'm good.
You know,
Yeah, man.
did you watch the
Very well.
Kamaru Usman cover story yesterday? I mean, you watched it on ESPN. Did you watch it?
No, I did not. No.
Bro. That story, I mean, oh, it really touched me, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, it really touched. But before you come in, let me see if I can play that story right here. People, our brothers and sisters can see it. It's something that is very touching, you know, as a Nigerian, you know, as an immigrant myself, you know, you do kind of understand. But I think a lot of our people in America some of them happens to be born in America or, you know, moved there when they were young. You know, in school, they tend to get bullied a lot. Maybe a lot of people cannot pronounce their name, or they just like it's so crazy how in these Western nations, okay, or in these Western nations, you see people pronounce, let's say, Podolski, Lewandowski, or someone can pronounce Schweinsteiger. Okay, I remember when I was the first time I heard the name Schweinsteiger, I couldn't pronounce it though. It was difficult until I started speaking German. Until then I understood it, because you have to learn about the pronunciation and all this stuff. Like, although these guys, I'm saying, this media or the people know how to pronounce these difficult European names, you know, but yet can't say Kamaru. So it's just something that is very touching, and it's something we're going to look at, you know, very soon. But before we look at it, I would like you to come in to give your take on the Weign-In. Kamaru coming a little bit lighter than Masvidal. Masvidal being in a great shape right this time around. And of course, I don't know if you watched their press conference. Our brother Francis Ngannou is going to be at Kamaru Usman corner instead of his brother, because his brother cannot make it. And that Africanness, that like this, you know, it's so crazy. You see our people outside, like in the Western world, coming together and fighting for one cause, you know, and it's just something inspiring. While we, like, a lot of our people in back home, divided themselves, whether you know, between ethnic lines or religious lines, or, you know, nationality wise, you know, all this kind of stuff. It's just like crazy, man. But give your take on the fight, the rematch, and how you see this fight playing out. Let's get something from you, brother.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me. It's good to hear your take again. I think especially when it comes to as regards UFC.
Can you speak louder, bro? Can you speak louder? I don't know what happened to your phone, Seth. Bless it, low small. Can you speak louder?
Okay. Oh, hold on a sec.
Okay. Bless it for Bluetooth or something.
Can you
like
hear?
that. Yeah, better now. Better now, bro. Okay.
All right, wonderful. No, I was saying that ECMI is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to UFC, even boxing. So I really enjoy this take, and I kind of concur with him. I think that it's a good thing that Usman is coming in a little bit lighter. I think that would help his stamina, and also that would help him to be a bit quicker. Because I think that how do you pronounce his name? Masvidal, yeah?
Masvidal.
Masvidal.
Yeah,
Masvidal.
Yeah, Masvidal.
Yeah, he also looks in good shape, man. I saw it on YouTube. I was like, wow, he looks very, very, very good. He actually looked better than the first fights. But I'm actually quite happy as well that our brother Kamaru as well, you know, he's coming in a bit lighter. It looks fantastic, and I think that this will help him to be a bit quicker. And I think that he will be able to box a little bit, you know, as well, not relying on the wrestling alone. So I just hope that he's able to do it. I believe he's going to do it. He's going to come in there a bit confident because he's done it before. And I love the fact that those guys, you know, Usman, Israel Adesanya, Ngannou, those guys are working together as one. You know, they have this unified front, which I really, really appreciate. So I think that, you know, just all the psychology of Ngannou being in the corner, and he just won recently, Usman winning his last fight against the same guy, coming in a better shape. He's going to be faster, he's going to be mean, he's going to box a bit better, he's going to be light on his feet, he's going to be very quick. I think that he should be able to do the business. We're all going to support him, we're all going to be behind him, we're all going to pray for him, and we're going to wish him well.
Looking at what tactics do you think Jorge Masvidal might implement this time around? What tactics do you think? Do you foresee him, for example, trying to wrestle with Kamaru Usman, or do you think he's gonna try, as he worked on his anti-takedown skill set? You know, what tactics do you think he's gonna use here?
I think his tactics is going to be multidimensional. I don't think he's going to come in there with a specific tactic. I think it's going to be a situation where obviously he would have practiced his wrestling a lot more, his takedown a lot more, and his boxing. Obviously, the guy is very powerful as well, as we all know. I think that he would have obviously, because of the first fight, he lost the fight due to his wrestling abilities. I think that he would have really, really worked on that. And I also think that with his boxing is probably going to be a bit more solid. So it's going to be a situation where he's hoping for a knockout, or he's prepared for a knockout, or a takedown. You know, so that's what I think. I don't think it's going to be like, oh, I'm only going to go in there to knock him out. I think he's going to be prepared for whatever Usman brings his way. That's what I think.
Thanks, brother. I do fully appreciate you. So, let me read the super chat here, and then we go straight to the Usman story. And then before, you know, we cannot analyze the fight and all because of our brother Isioma, who is very knowledgeable when it comes to combat sports, UFC, mixed martial arts, specifically. The guy knows what he's talking about whenever he's analyzing or trying to analyzing fights, UFC fights or MMA fights, and I just got a super chat right here from RDAB. He says, I hope that our bro wasn't emotional or arrogant in giving this Cuban a second free chance. He should have forced Masvidal versus Covington for a second shot. I don't understand that, bro, but I think that Usman is a guy. He's a fighter, bro. The guy is a fighter. You know, he's a guy that wants to fight everyone, that wants to challenge everybody. He doesn't. I mean, he don't mind giving. I mean, giving Masvidal a second shot. It's not about thing. But the thing is that Masvidal, forget about the losses he's had. The guy is still very much dangerous, okay? He's still very much dangerous. But I believe that Usman, he's not even in his prime yet, okay? He's not even in his prime yet. Usman is close to being at his prime right now. By the time he gets there, he's going to be like, he's unstoppable right now. But once he gets to his prime, oh boy, Usman can easily move up. Like, by the time Usman is in his prime, okay, he can easily move up. Hopefully, our brother Israel Adesanya, try to get the cruiserweight crown. Try it again, and get it. And because in the middleweight, there's also a lot of competitions. I don't know if Usman, of course, he can move up. Of course, he can make that weight. I don't know how effective he will be, but we don't want to see Usman versus Israel Adesanya. It's not going to happen for sure. I don't want to see Nigerians. Certainly, when you don't have a lot of African fighters in UFC. So we want to see Africans ruling. Okay, Francis Ngannou, still a little bit raw but dangerous. Can learn a lot. Usman getting to his perfection. Israel Adesanya the same, and it's just something amazing to see and to watch. Now let's take a look at this story right here. And of course, you have to look. Usman's mom was not in accordance of like with Usman, joining.
I start thinking, I'm like,
joining MMA or fighting or something like that. It wasn't like Nigerian mom. So let's watch it right here. Very, very, very interesting story right here, and you guys will love it.
And blam.
Tell me what you see.
Blam blam. The sweater that I have on, it's the sweater that I flew to America with. That I had on the plane.
The Nigerian Nightmare! He has run roughshod through the UFC's deepest divisions.
I'm fighting the baddest, scariest guy on the planet each and every time.
He fights for family, fights for our legacy.
Anybody in that welterweight division that think they want this, you know you don't, because I'm a problem.
Born in Auchi, Nigeria, Kamaru Usman's journey to the top of the UFC is the embodiment of the American dream. I'm Dr. Hintoye, and this is ESPN Cover Story. In 1995, when he was just 8 years old, Kamaru Usman and his family immigrated to the United States in search of a brighter future. As Usman and his siblings settled into their new life in the Dallas area, their parents instilled one value above all: perfection.
My dad's the kind of dad that we would try so hard to impress. We always wanted to vacuum, make sure the house was spotless when my dad came. My dad would walk in the house, first thing he looks up, sad. I picked that up, it was on the floor. It's like, we just vacuumed the whole house, and you come in, and first thing is the maybe a little piece of something that's on the floor. That's how tough my dad was.
Usually, of course, Nigerian family, they want you to be an engineer, doctor, lawyer, some kind of professional.
Usman saw a different path, one his parents would not understand. As a freshman, he quietly joined his high school wrestling team, knowing his parents would dismiss the sport as a poor use of his time and energy. Then one day, while his parents were watching the local news,
Mom's like, "Is that not your son?" I'm like, "Nah." Then finally we were watching close. I'm like, uh-oh. So when he got home, then I'm like, how you gonna make a living out of wrestling?
That will not provide food, and it will get hot. So we were against that. Wrestling, no. They have a tournament, I went. Then there was this family, they said, "Are you Kamaru's mom?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Oh, he's good. I was ashamed.
It finally dawned on me that actually he was paving his way, going to college.
Usman received a scholarship to the University of Nebraska-Kearney, and in 2010 would go on to win a Division II NCAA national championship. Then, at 25 years of age, he embarked on a career in mixed martial arts. But his second professional fight in May of 2013 proved to be a turning point.
I go in and right away, boom, boom, hit him with the 1-2, change levels, took him down. And I'm on top and I'm trying to land punches. And I just remember him, he wrapped his legs around me. I never felt nothing like that before. And I just remember for the first time I panicked and I could hear his corner telling him, he's gonna tap. You've got him. And then I remember the rules and they say, if you are choked unconscious, it's automatic 6-month suspension, so you can't compete. So now I start thinking, I'm like, my bank account got like $17 in it. I need this check. Whew, if I get choked unconscious, that's 6 months of no check coming in. And for the first time, I quit on myself. And as soon as I made that decision, I knew that I never wanted to feel that ever again. For me, the fear of losing and going through that again is greater than the thrill of winning.
Since that first and only professional loss, Usman has become a dominant force in the UFC.
Line him up, let me send him back down and let him cut weight again.
Usman appears to smell blood in the water. Usman has been about as dominant as you can be.
Look at the power and the technique. He is a nightmare.
He made a statement. He dropped him out cold.
Oh!
Looked like a tap.
That's it. Lai Nanjano de Carelas.
In 2019, he captured the UFC welterweight title, becoming the first African-born champion in the UFC.
After he won, oh, we were jubilating, happy. That night I didn't even sleep. Calling all my family in Nigeria.
Now 33 years old, he owns the record for most consecutive wins in the division at 13 and counting. But his goal isn't just to win.
Hello, my people. Can you hear
Each and every time you compete with another man, you take something from them. Win or lose, you take something from them. When I break a guy's soul, when I break him, and I just feel him crumble, his will breaks, that guy remembers that for the rest of their life. When you break their will, it's an everlasting respect that you never lose from them. I think maybe two guys can make the case that they weren't fully broken. They still had a little bit of fight left in them. And that's the Viking, Emil Meek. He still had a little bit of fight left in him. And this guy that I'm about to compete against, Jorge Masvidal.
If there is an American dream, Kamaru Usman's life is its fulfillment. From humble beginnings abroad, he is the product of his family's determination to excel.
I'm an immigrant that wanted a better life, so we came here and I worked for it. I've earned every piece and every dollar that I have. I've earned all of it. You may not like me, but you're gonna respect me because I put too much time into this.
So guys, you saw that, man. That was emotional, man. I don't know. You see her? I love you, Vietnamese. You there, bro? Let me see if our brother Isiama is here. Isiama Alpha.
Yeah, that's a beautiful cover story.
Yeah.
And being one who has followed these fighters, particularly the Nigerian fighters, and also having watched that rare neck choke submission that Caceres had on Kamaru, I mean, I was sad. Otherwise, it would have been a clean record so far. He was dominated the fight.
Bro, he had $17. Wow, in his account.
In his account.
I never knew that.
Account.
Wow. Oh boy.
Okay. So it's a beautiful story. And I mean, when did that loss happen? That was in 2013. Since May 2013 up until now, Kamaru had 17 fights and had come out victorious in all of them. 17 or 16 fights. Yes, 17 fights. And had come out victorious in all of them. Okay? That's running a span of 8 years consistency of no loss. 17 fight win streak. This guy is really and truly highly underrated. Kamaru is such an elite fighter that right now in MMA worldwide, he's the second ranked pound for pound fighter. Okay, that's how good he is. You may not like his style, he may be boring to you, but he does the work. He's a complete fighter, he's an all-round fighter. And of course, if he takes it to the canvas, if he pins you on the cage and does the foot stomp on your toes, what Masvidal hates the most and calls it rubbing my feet, okay, you just know that you're going to be getting one out. So it's a beautiful story, and I really am happy for the feat he has achieved, how far he has traveled, and how people are now beginning to reckon with him.
Do you know what amazes me the most, though? His family, they moved to America when he was 7 years old, right?
7 years, yes.
That's the same age. I know Akon was born in America, then quickly taken back to Senegal until he was age 7. Okay, then before he relocated to America, to New Jersey or something like that. And like they both were at the same age, were the same age when their parents or moved them. So now, Akon of course has an advantage, because he was born there. Okay, now you ultimately get a passport. Okay, what amazed me about Kamaru Usman is that how he was able to keep the Nigerian culture intact. There are a lot of listen, right? I know. Listen, bro. There are a lot of Nigerians in the house, but some of our people, I've even met them here. These guys never spent 5 years for Europe. My guy, you'll be like, say, I want to use pidgin so that me foreigners on bad words what they talk. Some of them will spend 5 years, never reach 5 years for Europe. Oh. My guy, if these people say, you think same man, they don't be Nigerian. So, what do you make of Kamaru Usman's effort, to keep Nigerian culture intact, despite, literally the guy is an American, you know what I mean? Bro.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed at how some of these Nigerians in diaspora or Nigerians who are other nationalities are keeping.
Sorry to add to it. He was also bullied in school. Remember? He was also mocked.
He was
mocked and bullied in school for his name. People couldn't pronounce his name. They would say, "Oh, we can't pronounce your name." So continue, bro. Sorry.
Which was why he did not even. When he was becoming known as a wrestler, he had to switch from Kamaru to Mate so that, there's a Martins in the mix in his name, which is where the Mate comes from, so that people can easily relate to him and have an easy name to call out instead of mispronouncing, like you were saying earlier. We can call the Schweinsteigers, the Schwarzeneggers, the Lewandowskis, the Blachowicz, but when it comes to correctly pronouncing the African name, the Westerners just shut out, as though our names are not supposed to be correctly pronounced. All right. And we know that a few fighters had to emerge from the nightmare of being bullied. Okay, they had to dig into their inner strength, and the moment they overcome a bully, they know that they have that strength, to keep fighting. Keep fighting for life, fighting for your name, fighting for freedom, and all of that. Kamaru Usman's touchdown on home is beautiful. You see that also in Israel Adesanya. They want to, every single story of Kamaru Usman on Instagram, particularly when he's on the road in the car, he's jamming a Nigerian song. Every single time is a Nigerian song. He comes out, from the dugout to the octagon. He's dancing to a Nigerian jam. He wants to speak the language. He wants to communicate in our English, our broken English. It is beautiful. It's amazing. He's so proud of the flag of Nigeria. I see that happen to a lot of our fighters, whether they're in boxing or they are in mixed martial arts. And I think that's amazing. I think these guys have repositioned Nigeria in the psyche of the world. And I'm happy about that. By extension, look at what this Benue-born WWE wrestler is doing now.
Apollo Creed.
Apollo Crews. He has.
Is he Creed or Apollo Crews? Apollo Crews or Creed? Is
Apollo
it Creed?
Crews.
Okay,
Crews.
Apollo Crews. Okay, Crews.
Yes. You hear him?
I never knew that guy's Nigerian. Believe you me. Where's the first time someone told me that guy Nigerian, I said, I'm in Nigerian. The guy is might be Black American, because the name I put, I never even knew. But him and Kamaru are different though. Kamaru is more like kind of more relatable in a way. You know what? The reason why I say it. Apollo Cruz, he's revitalized himself as the Nigerian guy.
Exactly.
Now.
Exactly.
But when I heard it that day when he was talking he was trying to speak the
Benue accent.
I don't know about Benue accent, but but he was like, it wasn't
it
like
sounded funny.
He sounded like an American guy trying to, speak like a Nigerian. Yeah. Kamaru Usman is just like the guy. They flow. You're the flow. You understand? They flow. You know what I'm saying? So Kamaru Usman, they flow with you. Kamaru Usman, if he flow with you and I for pidgin. You understand? I don't know if he speak Afemai because from Auchi in Edo State, they speak Afemai there. So I don't know if he speak that. But the guy they flow for pidgin. Okay, that I know. Okay, that I'm sure that I know.
Having met up with Israel Adesanya is even helping the two of them the more. Okay?
Yeah.
He's helping the two of them the more too. Occasionally they fly down to Nigeria unannounced. You don't get to know. The two of them are in Nigeria together. You hardly get to know. Okay. I'm happy with what these guys are doing. They are also influencing Super Sadiq Yusuf to, have a lot of relational affinity to Nigeria. And if you also observe, because of these guys, a lot of Nigerian youths who are outside the country, who have dual nationality, are now also becoming very proud of identifying with the country. So it tells that there is a lot of abundance we have about Nigeria. We only just pray that politically we get it correct so that the political strength, when we eventually have it, will eventually make the country Nigeria to shine as it truly should. Thumbs up to Kamaru Usman.
Bro, I have to also touch on that aspect. Being African was not really that cool. Like say 20 years ago. I've always been Nigerian, and I've never shied away from being an African. But I think being an African was not really that cool 20 years ago, even 15 years ago, man. I didn't grow up here, okay? I didn't grow up here. But a lot of people that grew up here that I've met, a lot of them, even some people who have Caribbean heritage, a lot of them, they are now accepting of the they are now more accepting of the African roots compared to before.
Exactly.
What do you think changed that? What do you think changed that? Because it's like something that I still kind of wonder how it changed, because 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it wasn't cool. Even some Caribbean, even some Caribbean nations, had negative stereotype about Africans as well. Is the fact. Some Caribbean nations. Even though their ancestors were from Africa, but they still have some stereotype. They just don't like when you say it's just like, look, I had a conversation with one of my brother from Dominican Republic. Okay. He always tell me, hey, Raymond, you don't look African or something. I said, well, how does someone look African? How you mean I don't look African? He said, well, hey man, he said some things. I said, nah, that's not it. Africa is so diverse, man. So many different people, different places, and so you cannot just say, oh, because someone look this way, or this one is the darkest one is African, the other one is not. No, it's not like that. It's not how it is, So, and whenever we spoke, and I always try to enlighten him and teach him, tell him things, teach him the cultures and all those stuff. He always say he refers to Spain as the motherland. But it doesn't, like if you see him on the road, it is another black guy. Okay, it referred to Spain as the motherland. But Spain's not your motherland, bro. Like they raped your ancestors. What do you mean? You know what I mean? So I had to educate the guy. The guy was like, the guy don't really know. I had to educate the guy. Like, listen, I mean, look, Haiti and you guys are basically the same people. The only difference is that French took some part, the Spanish took some part. The Spanish invented what you call they wanted to purify the race. That's what they did in the world. They purified. You know what I mean? They wanted more light-skinned babies and more light and more light. This is why a lot of the Dominicans has even some of them that see identity crisis. A lot of them can be as black as you and I, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
And they refer to Spain as the motherland. So I'm like, damn. Now wow. Or you both have they corrupt people here. So listen, man, being from the continent, I mean, it's a blessing. Me being the greatest thing that ever happened to me was being born in Africa. Because if I were to be born in the Caribbean, okay, in America, or I were to be one of my ancestors were to be one of the people that they caught. Okay? Imagine, I don't know, man, I would still be in denial. Or being like I will always have I will not know where I belong. Like it's just that's why I like that our brothers in the Caribbean, some of them, are now beginning to accept the African heritage. Okay, although it's always been there, but it's not is that the general public don't really accept it. But now even their music, I mean, sincerely, I mean, Spanish sings whack music, bro. Like, it's the fact. Spaniards have whack music. Europeans have whack music. So where do you think all this reggaeton, merengue, salsa, where do you think it come from? It's not from Spain. Okay? It's whack. Whack music, bro. So it's the fact. So I always tell them, like, because that's the benefit of speaking multiple languages. Now, when you speak multiple languages, then you can communicate with multiple people. Because if I didn't speak Spanish, I wouldn't have known that. Maybe I would maybe I don't even know any Nigerian that goes to the Dominican Republic for vacation because it's not an English-speaking nation. But I can go there now and hang around with the people because I can talk to them in Spanish. Get to know. So you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. So imagine if I didn't speak Spanish or I didn't understand it. I wouldn't even know this existed. I wouldn't even know Dominican Republic referred to Spain as the motherland. I wouldn't even know. Continue, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Africanism is a hot trend now. Everyone wants to identify with Africa, even when they know they really are not Africans. They want to vibe with our fashion. They want to dance to our music. They want to speak our slangs. Okay, you're friends with in Mongolian. You're friends with someone from Thailand. You're friends with someone from Spain, and they say Noga Alpha. Okay, I'm liking also that Anthony Joshua is helping to further project Nigeria. I mean, the other time I saw Lawrence Okolie having a sit-down discussion with, I can't remember who it was with now, but they were eating swallow while having that conversation. Okay, and Lawrence Okolie was schooling him on the food. Okay, so I mean, Africanism is very thick in the air now, but of course, you know that Nigeria is the epicenter of Africa, and I'm glad that when it comes to martial arts, when it comes to combat sports, Nigeria is pushing out the narrative that Africa should have. So back to the Kamaru Usman Masvidal fight. I'm looking forward to fireworks between these two. They both have scores to settle, even though they are not taking it personal, but they have scores to settle. Masvidal feels that Kamaru's reign should come to an end now. Masvidal feels that if he could go 5 rounds with Kamaru when he had just 6 days notice, that he could have victory over Kamaru if he had full camp. Now he's had the full camp. Okay. Kamaru is not happy that he was unable to break Masvidal down. You heard him say it in that ESPN cover story when he said that there are 2 persons he feels he did not break. One is Emil Mick, the Viking. Even though he bloodied Emil Mick, but Emil Mick was still strong at the end of the fight. So he feels that if he's able to break the spirit of Masvidal, Masvidal will have no reason to go about town talking about having taken a fight on 6 days' notice. So there is a lot. I think that Masvidal, you were asking Mario the other time how he thinks Masvidal will come into this fight. I think it will be typical Masvidal. Okay, the kicks, the high throws, the boxing. Masvidal is very, very good with his boxing. He's a very good stand-up striker. But this is a thing that people have not really talked about when it comes to Kamaru Usman, and I'm wondering why it is they are not observing that, or maybe they are overlooking that as part of his strength. It is the fact that the greatest strength Usman has is in his head. I want to say it again so that those who are listening will have it sink. The greatest strength Usman has is in his head. Go and watch all of his fights. He is not like Adesanya that takes his head away from punches. Usman gives you his head, you're punching it, but he's not getting phased. That is shocking. So jokingly, I get to say that that's a guy who fights in the welterweight division, has the legs of a lightweight fighter, but the head of a heavyweight fighter. That guy can take a punch. Masvidal punches hard, but don't forget that even Gilbert Burns gave him the biggest punches any fighter ever gave Kamaru Usman. And we saw how he was eating those punches. So that's really going to worry Masvidal again when he throws those punches and Usman is taking them. Another problem Masvidal is going to have is the fact that Kamaru has a complete mixed bag. He can jab. We saw his jab against Burns. We saw his jab against Covington. We saw the jab against Danameyer. We saw the jab against Milk. When those jabs come stinging the face of Masvidal, it will bring a lot of confusion to him. Another beautiful thing about Usman, which he did to Masvidal over and over again, is that Usman can do lots of takedowns because he's an elite wrestler. He grabs you, he lifts you up, he slams you. He did that to Jorge Masvidal a couple of times in their last fight. He did it to break the spirit of Tyron Woodley when he took the belt off Tyron Woodley. Okay. His double shoot takedown is amazingly one of the best amongst all the fighters across the divisions. It comes with speed, it comes with grit, and when he grabs you with those double takes, you're going down. There's no two way about it. Whether he pins you on the ground or he pins you against the cage, my goodness, you are in for trouble. So Masvidal is really going to bring his A game, but Kamaru, at the end of the day, whether by decision or by submission or by knockout, is going to have the better of Masvidal. I mean, in closing, let me just reel out Kamaru's strength. Cardio, he has it amazingly. He's got a granite chin. He has amazing power in his hand. His work rate is enviable. His fight IQ is super high. Super high. He is determined. He doesn't fight like a champion. He fights like someone who wants to take the championship. Okay? He has the champion's mindset. He's an elite level wrestler. He has natural athleticism. And his striking has tremendously improved, as we saw against Gilbert Burns. As good as Masvidal is, yeah, I love Jorge Masvidal. I like that he brings excitement to the fight, but as good as he is, I do not think Masvidal is even in the level of Covington. I do not think Masvidal is in the level of Gilbert Burns.
Masvidal has a legendary leg kick, though. You know.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And we saw what he did to Ben Askren. Okay. In 5 seconds, he knocked Ben Askren out because Ben Askren was very careless in how he went in against the knee of Masvidal. But this same Masvidal, do not forget, with all of his legend, Masvidal has had 14 losses in his MMA career. Of those 14 losses, 7 were in UFC. Yes, I agree that none of those losses in the UFC were by submission. The losses he had by submission were outside UFC. Since he came into UFC, his 7 losses were not by submission, they were by split decision or unanimous decision. I agree. But even the persons that he lost to, a lot of them were not in the first 10. They were not as good as the persons that Kamaru has fought and convincingly dominated. So, as amazing as Masvidal is, he knows. Let me speak like Kamaru now. Masvidal knows that he is not in the level that Kamaru Usman operates.
Anyway, he brings the number though, so numbers. He's also a numbers game in a way.
Yeah, it is.
Let me get your take, quick take on it. I think our brother, quick take on this. Our brother, my Joe, are you still with us? Hope so.
I'm here, but I'm enjoying Isioma so much. It's
Okay,
analysis.
okay. I'm gonna get Isioma on to talk about this right here.
Yeah,
And
please, let me
then you can come in before we move for this one. Okay, because we need to do some things outside. You understand? For talk about Eddie Hearn days on stuff. We never talk about that oneself. Tomorrow night, no sleep for me. I'll need to watch our brother definitely. Now, talking about Francis Ngannou. You heard the news that he's going to be at Kamaru Usman's corner. He was also with him during their weigh-in. What do you make? What do you make of it, bro? Isioma?
Yeah, one good turn deserves another. These guys are no longer friends; they are brothers now. We know that Usman's younger brother Muhammad has always cornered Usman. And by the way, I'm trusting that someday he becomes the heavyweight champion in his own fighting company. There's this thing that the presence of Ngannou would add to Kamaru's advantage. Does the very recent dominant, intimidating UFC heavyweight champion in the corner of the very dominant, fascinating, indomitable UFC welterweight champion. That's a very rich corner. That's an intimidating corner. I want to hope that it adds to the psychological warfare it would bring, not only to Masvidal, but to Masvidal's camp. You know, I think that Kamaru, who had been having dominant fights without the presence of Ngannou, would want to see Ngannou coming around as an added motivation, knowing that this brother of mine, just only a few weeks ago, grabbed the heavyweight belt and he had it in a beautiful fashion. I do not want to disappoint him. I do not want to disappoint Easy. I do not want to disappoint Nigeria. Okay, so I'm glad that this is happening, and I see them having to corner themselves a couple more times in the future.
Are you a Pan-African? I want to ask.
I am.
As a Pan-African, what do you make of their link up and the support? Like, you know, back home in Nigeria, you're in Nigeria right now, right?
Yes, I am.
In Africa, in the continent, you, of course, things are not holding up well. There's still a lot of, like these Nigeria versus this one. I don't want to mention names because I'm a Pan-African. Okay, so there's still some certain, I don't know, man, animosity. Okay, towards some certain people or some certain nationalities. France Ngannou, coming from Cameroon, not long ago, the Cameroon, some Cameroonians in Cameroon clamored for the ban of Afrobeat, okay, in their country. France Ngannou is showing a different, thing compared to different. Like his side is definitely more positive. Unity, he embraces unity more than division, and he sees Africa as one compared to some of his countrymen. What do you make of it, bro?
It's sad that occasionally you get to see a group of persons who think that their tribe, their culture should have supremacy over and above other tribes and culture, even in the same country, let alone across the face of the continent. Okay, we have the same issue here in Nigeria. We have it in Cameroon. I mean, you know what's happening with the Southern Cameroonians wanting cessation, and how they are being victimized and all that. In Ethiopia, you see what's going on also in Ethiopia. It's sometimes I really get heartbroken when I get to see these things springing up. However, there still are a good number of Africans, even from among the same persons who are spreading and fanning the ember of division. There are still some persons amongst them who believe in the cohesion and the unity of Africa. They may not be known, their voices may not be heard, but they are there. We see them occasionally. Now, don't forget that sometime last year, 2 Nigerian singers traveled to an African country. Of course, we're not mentioning names because of the unity of Africa. They got arrested for violating COVID regulations. The local artists that were in that they were not arrested. The organizers of the event were not arrested. It is the Nigerian singers that were arrested. They had to take government intervention for the singers to be released. I mean, this is sad. It's really sad. You travel from one African country to another. Say you take out your camera and maybe you're filming on the streets of the African nation, and you get apprehended and you're put, taken to the police station. But someone of white color does the same thing. He's not arrested. So yes, the psyche of the African is still a bit affected. Okay, but I'm glad that sports, movies, music is beginning to bridge that gap. It might not happen with a snap of the finger, but with time, that will be achieved. And I'm glad also that it is not only Nigerians that are holding championship belts now. There's an African in the, I mean, there's a Cameroonian in the mix. I pray that someday a Ghanaian arises, a Senegalese.
We have a Senegalese coming up right. His name is Omar Kane Roy. Bro, bro, it's an heavyweight guy. Bro, that guy, I don't like his striking skills is still very immature, but he's a deadly wrestler. He's a deadly wrestler.
He's deadly. He's still crude. He has a lot of refining to do, but his natural strength is what's going for him. I think he's had 3 or 2 fights so far, and all 3 were knockouts. He's good. He's good. And I pray that he climbs as fast as possible, so that it's not just, even though Senegal is in West Africa, but it's not just a Nigeria-Cameroon thing or a Nigeria thing. Because, I mean, in boxing, it is Lawrence Okole, Anthony Joshua, Nigeria. In MMA, it is Adesanya Usman, Nigeria. Some persons don't even think that Ngannou is Cameroonian because Cameroon is just next door neighbor to Nigeria. So they might be thinking that he's Nigeria. All right. So big ups to Ngannou for the things he does, for speaking about Africa, for believing in Africa, and for projecting to his natives, the Cameroonians, to see beyond just Cameroon and to see and accept and believe in the unity of Africa. Just as I know a lot of Cameroonians, I have loads of Cameroonian friends. Sometimes I even don't remember that they are Cameroonians because they have become more Nigerian than a lot of Nigerians.
Bro, yeah. There was one day, I was traveling to Mission. Okay, I was traveling to Mission on my way in a train. I came across this Cameroonian guy. If the guy interviews Cameroonian, I would never believe it. The guy sounded Nigerian. Even exactly. The guy, the way he spoke Pidgin English, because we communicated in Pidgin English, like I was thinking this guy's Nigerian, and when he told me he's from Cameroon, I was like, wow. I would never have imagined, bro. It's just a fact. So I was amazed by it. And he was telling me, talking about a lot of musicians and stars. I love them. I never, I said, oh, man, this guy is a lot like, how do you know this guy? It's old schools, talking about Daddy Shoki, Baba Frayo. Okay. These are not Whiskey and David. These are old school guys who revolutionize
Daddy Fresh.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know all those guys. I didn't I mean, he told me about the Shoki dance. Remember when we were growing up? Somebody called my name Shoki. Somebody called fire. You know what, born the country. Oh my God, bro!
Give me plenty water.
This guy knew everything. I was like, damn. He talked about the new school guys coming up, and I was really disappointed, though, in my opinion, that I disappointed in myself that I couldn't even mention one Cameroonian musician.
Cameroonian, yeah.
But I know about Makossa, but I don't know the people that sang it. So I was disappointed myself.
If you remember that Prince Nkumbaga was Cameroonian, you'd have told him.
Well, I didn't. Listen, bro. I don't know any Cameroonian artist. I love Ghanaian artists. But now I've done my research. Okay.
You know Prince Nkumbaga. Late though.
No, I don't know.
Sweet mother, no go forget you.
I thought it was a Nigerian. I thought it was a Nigerian guy.
We don't know he's Cameroonian. We think he's Nigerian. That's The difference between Cameroon and Nigeria is borderless.
You mean a Cameroonian sang that song, Sweet More? Oh,
Yes,
bro, I
yeah.
grew up dancing to that song. What do you mean by that? Yo, Woko, damn it. I know a lot of Ghanaian artists, you know, because Ghana and Nigeria does a lot of collaborations, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know a lot of Ghanaian high life musicians and the hip hop, you know, like even the Ghanaian sound and all the stuff. Like I know a lot of the artists. I just didn't know, you know. Maybe I've heard that song before, Sweet Mother. You know, we loved it, but I didn't know it was the guy that sang is Cameroonian. So you see, I think the Cameroonian artists, you know, I think a lot of them. I've recently done my research, and I know some guys like Stanley and or something like that. The guys are American in a way, so I want to see originality. You understand?
Exactly.
So I want, if they can come back again, you know, like those guys, you know, the old school guys, and be original, you know, I think they will send Nigeria. I just think so. Because we already have a lot of, like, hip hop is like, if you're a hip hop artist, bro. I mean, even Nigerian rappers, man. I mean, a lot of them they turn to singers after some time. Apart from MI.
Because it's the originality that will make you sell. I mean, MI. What's this other guy's name?
MI don't sing. He's still a rapper. You know.
That's what I'm saying.
You know.
I'm talking about the rappers that are unique in their own way.
Yeah. You have a Vector.
Exactly.
Neto C. You know, DJ Jimmy Jat. Is he a rapper?
Is it DJ?
Mode 9. Rugged Man.
Mode 9.
Rugged Man switched to singing, right?
No. Did he sing?
Rugged
Man did not sing.
Are you sure?
He didn't sing.
Okay. We even have like rappers like Two Shots. You know, Two Shots. Where's Two Shots at?
Yeah.
Like, been a long time.
Last time I saw Two Shots.
You have Nigaro, now Mr. Raw, and but the guy Mr. Raw also sings, right? He sings now.
Yeah, he does.
You know, so you see, other than Emma and some other guys who stick to rapping, a lot of our rappers turn to singers. You know, it's just like, you know, rap doesn't really say anymore. Like, it doesn't say anymore in Nigeria. Afrobeat, you know, has taken over.
True.
And yeah, it's just what it is, man. So, Mayo Joe, you want to give your take on this? Are you a Pan-African? By the way, I need to ask you. I don't know. Are you a Pan-African or what, Mayo Joe? Are you with us, Mayo Joe? I guess not. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for coming to the show. Thanks for supporting Boxing Blog Center. Is that Mayo Joe? Okay, no, Mayo Joe. So thanks for supporting Boxing Blog Center, and we'll be right back. Okay, don't go anywhere. Make sure you have your notification on, please. Click that notification bell icon and select all. Okay. So that anytime we go live or drop a banger like this, you'll be the first to get it. Because a lot of you guys, like I said before, keep asking me, bro, you have not talked about this. I said, I've already done it, bro. They always hear the news from another channel that they subscribe to, and then come asking me about, hello?
Yes.
Ibrahim. Oh, boy.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, brother. So, before Ibrahim give his take, I want to say shout out to Francis Ngannou. You know, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Support you all the way. Tomorrow night is gonna be crazy. I'll be live for sure, and I'm gonna do a video on how to watch the fight, so you guys can watch the fight. You know, stay tuned for more exclusive bangers. So, Ibrahim, your take on our brother Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal, the rematch.
Masvidal. I saw the press conference this morning. You know, I'm not gonna lie, like they both sound confident, and obviously, you know, when you've got a vested interest in your fight, you're a bit more nervous. Like if you was fighting anyone else, like I don't think I'll be this nervous, but I know how dangerous Masvidal is, and I know he was dangerous in that first fight. and I believe in what he says. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's got a different game plan. Do you know what I'm saying, to mitigate the wrestling. I'm a little bit nervous, mate. But then I shouldn't be nervous because there's nothing so far in Kamaru's career that should make me nervous. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, because Kamaru Usman can take a shot. Do you know what I'm saying? He can give a shot. He's a fucking epic wrestler. But I don't know, bro. I just feel nervous, man. I listened to that press conference and I was nervous.
What made you nervous, bro?
What made me nervous? Masvidal's confidence.
Well, he's always been confident.
Yeah, I know he's always been confident, but listen, you can be confident and I'm not buying your bullshit, right? So you can be confident and I'm like, nah, I'm not buying your bullshit. But his confidence is like, I'm buying your bullshit, mate. And this doesn't sound like bullshit to me. This sounds like you're talking some serious shit. Do you know what I mean? So that's what's making me nervous. I'm like, and listen, you know, the reality is Masvidal is a very, very dangerous striker. Do you know what I mean? He is a dangerous striker. Like, he's unorthodox. Elbows and fucking knees are coming from all sorts of angles here. Like, he can do something mad and just end the fight in a minute. So that's why I'm nervous, because you're fighting someone, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're fighting someone that could end the fight in different ways, in the blink of an eye. So, like, yeah, man. That's why I'm nervous, bro. What do you reckon?
Well, you know, I mean, you came late, so I mean, I already give you my... Listen, I'm here to give a prediction for it. But tomorrow night, you know, before the fight, I'm going to definitely... we're going to do a live prediction where everybody can give their take on it, and it's going to be nice. So the final...
Don't get me wrong, my
live
prediction is
final
still-
prediction. Live final prediction.
My prediction still has to be Kamaru Usman, because, like I said, there's nothing that he's shown me so far to make me think that he can't take the heat, because he's got a chin. Do you see what I'm saying? He has got a chin. He can take a bang. So that's why I've still got confidence that he's going to win. But I'm just saying I'm nervous. Do you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, no one's indestructible, innit? You know what I'm saying? And you're unbeaten until you get your ass beat, innit? So, like, that's why I'm nervous. But what he's shown me so far, I've got the confidence that he can come through, and that he will come through.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate you. So, guys, you heard it from my brother Ibrahim. Ibrahim, none of you guys should leave the you know, the group and the chat. You know, don't leave. Okay, you guys can mute it, because we're gonna do some recording. We're gonna talk about Eddie Hearn signing an exclusive deal, a very nine-figure deal with
Actually,
DAZN.
We're not quite sure.
Bro, he didn't deny. He didn't deny it. He didn't deny it. So,
deny nor confirm the
well, he didn't deny or confirm anything. So that means that, of course, it's happening.
But he kept saying, obviously everyone knows our contract is coming to an end, and we're trying to become this global player in the game. And you know what I mean? Like, okay.
Yes, brother. So stay on the chat right here. I'll be right back with you guys. So God bless you all, and stay tuned for my exclusive bangers, guys. And so we see you more. Stay blessed.
Hi, Brian. Good to have you on.
Yes, sir. Who's that?
Isiamu.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. How are you doing too?
I'm not too bad, thank you. How's Nigeria?
Well, Nigeria is okay. It's cold. We're rocking it.